Tonight, we open another chapter of the DreamBank. This is a collection of unsettling visions. Fleeting glimpses into the subconscious, each one now captured and sealed away in darkness. These are the fragments that linger after waking, the scenes that play behind closed eyes. From the door that was cracked open by unseen hands, to the night sky that carried no stars, only eyes. This is Archive 8. I invite you to watch closely, and whatever you do, don't look away. I saw in my sleep a door to a dark room just barely cracked open. It was a simple, ordinary door, but rolled heavy. A long, thin shadow stretched out from the opening, crawling across the floor toward me. It was distorted, impossibly long, like something was standing just on the other side, blocking the faint light. I held my breath, waiting for the door to swing open, for something to step out, but it never did. The shadow just lay there, a silent promise of a presence I couldn't see. The feeling of being watched was overwhelming. This dream is now sealed. In the DreamBank, I saw in my sleep. I was in a grand, empty hall lined with statues. They were carved from cold, white stone, depicting stoic figures with blank expressions. The air was heavy with silence and the scent of dust. I walked down the center of the hall, my footsteps the only sound. I passed one statue, a figure with a solemn face, and felt an inexplicable urge to look back at it. For a moment, it was changed, Jeffless stone, but as I started to turn away again, in the corner of my eye, I saw its lips curve. It wasn't a friendly smile. It was slow, deliberate, and utterly chilling. The smile of something that was pretending to be stone. This dream is now sealed. In the DreamBank, I saw in my sleep. I was standing in an open field, looking up at the night sky. But there was something terribly wrong. The familiar comfort of the stars was gone. The entire expanse above me was a void, a deep, starless black. As my eyes adjusted to the darkness, I realized I wasn't alone. Pinpricks of light began to appear, but they weren't stars. Tewereye. Thousands of them, maybe millions, opening all at once across the canvas of the night. They weren't blinking, just staring down. I felt like a specimen under a microscope, observed by an entire universe of silent, unknown entities. This dream is now sealed. In the DreamBank, I saw in my sleep. I was in a vast, empty hall, like a ballroom stripped of all its furniture and people. The ceiling was so high I couldn't see it, lost in the shadows above. The only light came from an unseen source, casting long shadows. Premier took a step, and the sound of polished floor echoed, bouncing off the distant walls. But then, a moment later, another echo followed. It was the sound of a step, perfectly mimicking mine, but it wasn't my echo. I stood still, and the hall fell silent. I took another cautious step, echo, and then echo. Something was there, in the darkness, mirroring my every move. I was no longer alone. This dream is now sealed. In the DreamBank, I saw in my sleep. I was in an old, decrepit house. The air was thick with the smell of decay. I was walking across a room with dark, wooden floorboards. With every step, the boards creaked and groaned under my weight. Then one of them shifted. I froze, looking down. Slowly, from the thin cracks between the planks, pale fingers began to push their way through. They were long and white, wiggling, feeling the air. More and more appeared, reaching up from the darkness beneath the floor. They weren't trying to grab, not yet they were jus. Searching, this dream is now sealed. In the DreamBank, I saw in my sleep. I was in my bedroom at night. I walked over to the window to look outside, expecting to see the familiar view of the street below, but the glass was like a black mirror. It didn't reflect my room, and it didn't show the outside world. It was just a pane of pure, impenetrable darkness. As I leaned closer, a shape began to form within the blackness. It wasn't a reflection. Itoile face, on the other the glass, its features were blurred, but I could make out two dark patches where its eyes should be. It was staring right at me. The window wasn't for looking out. It was for something else too. Look in. This dream is now sealed. In the dream bank, I saw in my sleep. I was walkingless, dark corridor. It was completely silent, the kind of silence that makes your ears ring. The air was still and cold. I couldn't see where I was going, only the few feet of floor in front of me. I kept walking 10 premières, felt it. A slight shift in the air behind me. A subtle warmth on the back of my neck, and then I heard it, the sound of a breath. It was slow, heavy, and wet, as if someone was standing directly behind me, their lips just inches from my ear. I didn't dare turn around. I just stood there, paralyzed, listening to the breathing that wasn't mine. This dream is now sealed in the dream bank. This was Archive 8. 7 dreams, now captured and sealed away forever. But the dream bank never truly closes. The archive never ends. The next nightmares are always waiting just beyond the edge of sleep. Thank you for watching.